Hi, my name is Jan Gonzalez, and I am the Mechanical Tech Support Representative for Sargent Manufacturing, and I focus on exit devices. Today we're going to be going over retrofitting our keyed cylinder dogging kit into a PE80 Series rail. The parts we will need to complete this retrofit would be our keyed cylinder insert, our dogging cam, our dogging bushing, and our dogging bracket, and of course we will need a screwdriver. The first step we will need to do is to remove our insert that is currently in the rail. That will come with our insert holder as well under it. You can just put those aside. Then on the opposite end, we will need to push in our carrier tabs to release the rail, and then we can slide out our carrier assembly. Then we see our standard slope here. What we're going to have to do is modify it a little bit, so let's remove it using the screws on either end. We're going to flip it over to get the other screws. Now we have our standard slope removed out of the rail. Now we just got to build it up a little bit so that it's able to dog down our rail. So the first step, we can put this down. The first step would be to grab our dogging cam. Then we would have to grab our dogging bushing. And our bushing has a hexagonal piece, which we are going to slot into the top of the cam, leaving the circular portion revealed. Then we are going to flip our slope upside down so that we can see the circle in slot. We're going to place our dogging cam in there and make sure that it's always facing to the left side of the slope. And then the final step to build this would be grabbing our bracket and making sure the side with the screw hole is snapped into the side of the slope. And then the curved end is hitting the back of the dogging cam. So now that we've got that built, we are going to push down our rail, slide in to its slot, and then finally we are going to turn it over to make sure that our screw hole is visible, both screw holes, and also making sure that our dogging cam is flush on the carrier assembly. So you should be able to feel across it and it's flush. One of the final steps is going to be placing our screws back into the carrier assembly. Flip over our rail so we can see the other screws. Now that that's put together, really the only way that we can test this would be to reinstall the carrier assembly into our rail. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Grab your rail, push in the tab so it doesn't get snagged on, and then just slide until you hear a snap. Now once that's snapped in place, we can grab our keyed cylinder dogging insert and make sure that we push in the insert with the cylinder closer to the push portion. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then push until you hear a snap. Now once that's snapped in place, we're going to grab our insert holder, just place it into the end of the rail, and it'll make sure that we can't push it down or anything. Then to test our dogging mechanism, we are going to push down on our rail, turn the cylinder all the way to the right, and now our rail shouldn't come back up. But then to release the dogging, we just turn our key all the way back to the left, and now our rail comes back up. That was retrofitting a cylinder dogging kit on a PE80 Series rail. If you ever need further support, you can always call us at 1-800-727-5477. Number 2 option for tech support, then number 4 for exit devices. And then if you needed to email us, you can always email us at techsupport.sargent@asaabloy.com. Thank you.